Welcome back to English Maestro, everyone.
Hi, everyone. We are so glad you are tuning in today.
You know, David, today we are tackling a topic that affects every single one of us on a daily basis.
Oh, really? What is this big secret topic today, Emma?
It is the power of self-discipline and how to build strong, lasting habits in your life.
Self-discipline? That is definitely something I struggle with.
Well, whether you are trying to learn English, stay fit, or reach any personal goal, self-discipline is truly the key to success.
I completely agree. It is what keeps us moving forward, even when our initial motivation completely fades away.
Speaking of which, how has your own self-discipline been lately, David?
Honestly, I have been struggling a little bit recently.
Really? What has been going on?
Well, I keep telling myself I will start exercising every single evening, but then my sofa and a new Netflix show magically call my name.
The classic funny, I will start tomorrow syndrome.
Exactly. I just keep pushing it off, and then I feel guilty about it later.
Do not be too hard on yourself. We have all experienced that exact feeling.
That is why I'm so excited for today's episode. How do we actually fix this?
Today, we are breaking down practical strategies to build self-discipline, stay consistent, and take your English skills to the next level.
That sounds incredible. And we also have our special vocabulary breakdown coming up later, right?
Yes, Charlotte will join us in Charlotte's vocabulary section to explain some key intermediate words from today's discussion.
Awesome. I love learning natural phrasal verbs and idioms we can use in real life.
So make sure you stick around until the very end because this episode is packed with value.
All right, Emma. Let us jump right into the first tip. What is the best way to start?
Tip number 1, start with tiny habits.
Tiny habits? So, not setting massive goals right away?
Exactly. When people try to overhaul their entire life overnight, they usually burn out very quickly.
I can totally relate to that. Every January, I tell myself I will go to the gym for 2 hours every day.
And how long does that usually last?
By mid-January, I am completely exhausted and I quit entirely.
That happens because huge expectations create overwhelming mental resistance.
So, how do tiny habits fix that problem?
Instead of aiming for an hour-long workout, you commit to just 5 minutes a day.
Wait a second. Only 5 minutes. Does 5 minutes really make a difference?
Absolutely. 5 minutes feels so easy that your brain cannot say no to it.
I see. You eliminate the friction of starting.
Exactly. And once you start, momentum takes over naturally,
That makes so much sense for learning English, too.
right? Instead of stressing about studying grammar for 2 hours, just read 1 page or listen to 5 minutes of a podcast.
Over a few weeks or months, those tiny 5-minute sessions compound into massive progress.
Precisely. As James Clear mentions in his famous book, Atomic Habits, small habits compound over time, just like interest in a bank account.
So, I do not need to feel guilty about starting small.
Not at all. Small and consistent beats big and sporadic every single time.
I love that concept. What is the second tip, Emma?
Tip number 2, focus on systems. Not just goals.
Wait, isn't having a goal the most important part of achieving something?
Goals give you direction, but systems are what actually deliver results.
Could you explain the difference between a goal and a system?
Of course, a goal is losing 20 pounds or becoming fluent in English. A system is the daily routine that gets you there.
I understand now. A system is the process you follow every single day.
Spot on. If your goal is to speak fluent English, your system might be practicing out loud for 10 minutes every morning during breakfast.
So, by focusing on the daily action rather than the distant end goal, you stay grounded and motivated.
Exactly. You stop worrying about how far away the finish line is and simply focus on today's step.
It is like building an automatic train track directly to your success.
That is a wonderful analogy, David. Once the system is built, consistency becomes second nature.
Now, what if the daily action feels boring or difficult? How do we make ourselves do it?
That brings us to tip number 3. Make your habits attractive.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. How do we make discipline attractive?
You pair a habit you need to do with something you already enjoy doing.
Like listening to my favorite music while I stretch or clean the house?
Exactly. Or listening to an English podcast while enjoying your favorite morning cup of coffee.
So, I can basically bribe myself into being disciplined?
if you want to call it positive reinforcement, yes.
I am a huge fan of self-bribery, especially if snacks or coffee are involved.
Your brain naturally craves rewards. When you attach a pleasant experience to a study habit, your brain begins to look forward to it.
That is so practical. What habit are you trying to build this month? Listeners, let us know in the comments below. We would genuinely love to hear from you.
Yes, drop a comment. And while you are down there, do not forget to like and subscribe to English Maestro for more weekly lessons.
All right, Emma. What is our fourth tip for building unstoppable self-discipline?
Tip number 4, design your environment for success.
Environment? You mean our physical surroundings?
Yes, your environment either supports your goals or constantly sabotages them.
I can definitely vouch for that. If there is a bag of chips sitting on my desk, I will eat them within 10 minutes.
Exactly. If you rely purely on willpower in a distracting environment, you will eventually lose.
So, how can our listeners design an environment that helps them learn English?
Make your study tools visible and frictionless. Leave an English book on your pillow, set your phone language to English, or keep your notebook right on your desk.
Out of sight, out of mind, but in sight, in action.
Beautifully put. David, make good habits obvious and bad habits invisible.
That also applies to the people we spend time with, right?
Absolutely. Surrounding yourself with supportive, growth-minded people makes staying disciplined so much easier.
Unless your friends bring over delicious cake, while you're trying to eat healthy, of course.
True, but even then, clear communication helps everyone stay on the same page.
You mentioned willpower earlier. Emma, isn't willpower something we can just summon whenever we need it?
Actually, willpower is like a battery. It depletes throughout the day as you make decisions.
So by 8 p.m., my willpower battery is completely drained.
Precisely. That is why you should do your most important learning or practice earlier in the day when your energy is highest.
That makes so much sense. I always feel sharper in the morning.
Then schedule your dedicated English time for the morning. Do not leave your priorities for when you are exhausted.
Now, speaking of expanding our knowledge, I think it is time for our special vocabulary segment.
You read my mind, David. Let us hand it over to Charlotte to break down today's key intermediate vocabulary.
Hi, everyone. It is Charlotte here, and today I am going to break down some key vocabulary from our discussion on self-discipline. First, we use the phrasal verb fall behind. To fall behind. To fall behind means to fail to keep up with a schedule or progress. For example, if you skip practice, you might fall behind in your English studies. Next, we talked about fend burnout. Burnout is a noun that describes extreme physical or mental exhaustion caused by stress or overwork. For instance, to mean 10 hours a day can quickly lead to severe burnout. Third, we have the verb 7 compound. When something compounds, it builds up and increases over time through continuous addition. Example, Zomble small daily habits compound into massive long-term success. Finally, we discussed friction in a psychological context. Friction means the resistance or difficulty associated with starting an action. Reducing friction makes starting a habit effortless. That wraps up our vocabulary section for today. Try using these words in the comment section below to practice. Back to you, Emma and David.
Thanks, Charlotte. Those explanations were super clear and helpful.
Absolutely. Using those intermediate words in real context will make your spoken English sound so much more natural.
Now, Emma, before we end today's episode, should we do a quick practical role play to demonstrate how to discuss habits with a friend?
That is a fantastic idea. Let us do a quick dialogue showing how to talk about goals in natural, everyday English.
Great! I will play a friend who is struggling with consistency, and you play the supportive buddy.
Perfect. Let us begin.
Hey, Emma. I feel like I am making zero progress with my English speaking lately.
Oh no. Why do you feel that way, David? What does your current routine look like?
Honestly, I try to study for 3 hours every Saturday, but during the week, I do nothing.
I see. You might be suffering from burnout. Have you considered switching to tiny daily habits instead?
Tiny habits? You mean like practicing for just 10 minutes every day?
Exactly. If you build a consistent daily system, your skills will compound much faster than cramming once a week.
That makes total sense. I will lower friction by keeping my study app on my home screen and practicing every morning.
That is a brilliant plan. You have got this, David.
And scene. How is that for a practical demonstration?
Brilliant. Notice how we use phrasal verbs like fall behind tide and terms like friction and compound naturally in conversation.
That is the best way to learn.
To wrap up today's episode, remember, start small, focus on systems, design your environment, and give yourself grace along the way.
Building self-discipline is a journey, not an overnight sprint. Every small step you take brings you closer to fluency.
What is one tiny habit you are going to start today to improve your English? Let us know in the comments.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today on English Maestro.
Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself, and take care, everyone. We will see you in the next episode of English Maestro. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning.